It is time to ignite those dreams of our young people and empower the youth to bring their visions to life. Now, we are partnering with the After School Graduate Development Center on the Ignite Enterprise project to provide practical tools to teach young people how to build businesses and to create employment for others. In Lagos, the possibilities are endless. Èkó ò ní bàjẹ́ o.
Lagos State, in partnership with AGDC, presents Ignite, powered by First Bank and supported by Bank of Industry.
The American company, Enron, was one of the most respected and most powerful energy-generating companies in the world. They made huge profits and were achieving phenomenal results. Everything seemed great on the surface until it all came crashing down. The problem? Lack of ethics. Ethics and business do not always seem to go hand in hand, or so most people think. But unethical business practices eventually affect the bottom line if they don't destroy the business totally. Today, we're taking on a very tough topic, especially for our environment. We're going to be talking about bribery, corruption, inflated invoicing, under-invoicing, and other unethical business behavior. This is Ignite, and my name is Ibukun Awoshika. Welcome.
Ignite, from dreams to reality. From the great city of Lagos, it's another inspiring episode of Ignite. Practical business advice taking you from dreams to reality. Ignite, from dreams to reality.
I was sitting at a negotiation table a few years back as the telcos were kicking off. And we were sitting with one of the telcos, and there were two of us from my company, and there were like 6 top people from this company, including about 2 or 3 foreigners. You know, and we kept going back and forth on the price. And I got up and I said to the guy, and then they named this ridiculous amount. I said to the guy, I said, fair price for you, but not for me. Now, for what you want, I can deliver what you want at this price, but what I would deliver to you will be totally different from what I've told you. And the guy said, why? I said, because that's exactly what you're asking for. And anybody else that wants to take advantage of you will take this job, walk away and deliver to you, and you will not know. He said, what do you mean? I said, I am telling you right now, you will not know. But I am not in the business of selling to you something different from what I have committed that I will. So we went on, and the guy went on, made some calls abroad and said to me, well, every call center space, the average cost per call center seat in Egypt is this price, and in this country is this price. When he got to a price, I said, this is Nigeria. It's not Egypt. And he said, yeah, but it's an average cost. I said, do you know the duty on furniture into Nigeria? The guy said, no. What can it cost? I said, well, one of your colleagues there is an executive director of a bank, their own team. Tell him to call their foreign operations now and ask. As at that moment, what they wanted would be produced abroad, and we were going to bring it into the country for them. But at that point in time, duty was 100% on furniture into Nigeria. So I said to the guy, oh, duty is 100% in Nigeria, by the way, and I'm sure it's not the same in Egypt. And he goes, 100%? Who pays that? I said, oh, we do. And that's the duty into Nigeria. Oh, and have you asked as well, cumulative cost, by the time I finish, will amount to this because of port charges, this. So I said, I'm happy to sell it to you at that price, but I'll deliver to you abroad. You can take delivery in Europe, import it into Nigeria yourself, and clear it. And you can achieve the price. And the guy thought, I'm sure he thought I was mad. But I was ready to defend my price because I knew that the only way I could achieve the price he was asking would require that I betray my own personal values. And I was not about to. Why? 1, I take pride in my product, and you should. 2, every product that you put out in a customer's office, home, hand on them is an ambassador for you. The product is either speaking for you or speaking against you. If you send out the right product, haven't informed your customer. And let me explain to you, every moment that you're engaging with a customer, even if you lose that customer, develop the habit of giving them correct information, because an enlightened customer is an asset to you. Most of the time, the reason customers will fight you or argue with you about things is really because they don't know better. Most people don't know that much about other things that they are not directly involved in. So, it is you at the center of the ethics of your business is your person and your personal values. What you count important. How you think you are accountable. The faith that you have, because your faith, whether you're a Muslim or a Christian, and your belief system plays a role in what you do. I will not do this because I fear God. That's a choice and that's a reason. Even through how you price, you can cheat people and exhibit lack of integrity and bad ethical practices. In our everyday marketplace, this is woman selling rice. Same price as the woman selling rice down the road. Only problem is, my tin of rice is what? It's false. There's a false bottom, and the sides are slightly knocked in. So every 3 kilos or 5 kilos that I gain from selling you 45 kilos at 50 kilos price, I have used price to steal from you. So pricing is a tool that shows our ethical practices as well. There are ethical issues in our hiring. How do you employ and why? Are you hiring a girl because she's standing across the table? You've interviewed 5 people, and obviously you know that that girl is not the best person for the job. But you're a guy, or you're a man, or you're the big boss. You already know that this one I have to sleep with her. Doesn't it happen? So right from there, you introduce unfairness into the game. Because the best guy is not going to get the job. Your personal desire and the fire that is burning under your pants is driving your decision. And for that reason, you're going to lure a young girl into a job, and then tomorrow go after her at every point, knowing fully well that she didn't even deserve the job in the first place, or maybe that's not the best job for her, so you pull her into her incompetence. And sometimes even when we employ our family, when we shouldn't. Because if 3 people are competing for a job, and the person who gets it only gets it because it's related to you or is known by you, you've been unfair to the other people. In that instance, you might defend it, it's family. That's fine for you. But what about the other people? Otherwise, don't bother to go through the process of the interview at all. Don't advertise the position. Don't use other people to validate what you're about to do. Let's know that you have the power and you intend to use it. And you're not advertising the position. You're not asking anybody to come and waste their time. You're not raising their hopes. You just want to give the job to your nephew or your niece or that's fine. That's your choice. But the process, going through the process, using an appearance to validate your action is unethical. So we've got to think about how we do these things. Ethical issues can come in how we fire our staff. We already demonstrated it when we're having hiring and firing. Generally, it's best for you to have laid down rules to a large extent. if you do this, this is what will happen. I've told you that even as a one-man or as a small business, you don't need to print a handbook. Just take pen and paper, write it down, type it out, and let the staff have a copy as well. Listen to me. If your generation makes the mistake of thinking that this is the order now, we should imbibe it, you wake up one day and you will be so sorry. Why? It's totally against you rather than for you. Because that's what makes it difficult for you to get a fair chance. It's what makes it difficult for you to get opportunities. It's the fact that people are ready to do anything for anything. That's why I think about when we're going to talk about bribery or corruption, and I say to myself, who is the madman who steals the money meant to build a road? And after he has stolen the money, he buys the finest car with it. On which road will he drive the car? The road that he did not build? No. Ask yourself. All the actions that we take eventually will come back to our doorstep. That's the honest truth. So we've looked at it in the larger sense, but come back to the little things and say to yourself at the end of the day, every action that I take has an impact. Somebody's life or my larger society, and ultimately it will come back to me.
Ignite, from dreams to reality.